And we are live. Hello everyone, this is the Void Executive and welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing quite well. As for me, I think I've gotten better with my health compared to last stream. I still have a stuffed nose, but I hope it won't be noticeable too much during this stream. Still though, I think we'll be go with a slow pace and with caution in the continuation of the project, just like we did last time, because yes, I feel better, but I still am not 100% out of it, let's say. I may sneeze from time to time, just like last time. So today, as always, we'll continue with the project, and I have a feeling that either tomorrow or Monday we'll manage to finish this mask that's currently in progress, which is the Uncle of the Harvest. There really isn't much left to add in terms of elements, and the progress for the lighting is already quite in a good spot. So for now it's only a matter of refining the different shadows and lights, make sure everything works fine together, solve the little problems and obstacles that are still present. And then, just like we did with all of the other masks, we'll add all of the different decorations, resize them, and add the special effects. I think that today the progress will be much more substantial. Not that in the last stream it wasn't. We made not a reset, but we took a step back on the process that we were using and started one section from scratch in order to obtain a better result that's more in line stylistically with all of the other masks that we've done before. Because the problem was that essentially it was being too detailed because of the photos that we used to implement the different fruits and vegetables. And because of that, it was looking very odd in comparison with the others. Also, on another more technical note about the stream, I managed to fix the issue in which on Twitch last stream people weren't able to see the stream. I am checking it right now. It seems like the stream both on Twitch and YouTube is going quite well. There doesn't seem to be any issues right now, so in case there's any problem in the stream, just let me know and I'll try to fix it on the spot. It's a shame that in the last stream it was like that for Twitch, but luckily I saved the VODs on over the YouTube channel, so you can always check it up over there. So let me quickly switch to the progress, to the current progress for the current mask. There we go. So pretty straightforward. Last time what we did was redo this bottom section, because before it was very ugly looking, let's say. Let me see if I can find a version on how it was before. It was, yeah, something like this, which it was a bit too much detailed, and it was pretty obvious it was a photo. Whereas compared, for example, for this one, like I used a photo for this part over here, but it's not as blatant. So what we made was trace the elements, and then we basically repainted the different elements, added details where we needed to add, and make it more vague in areas where it won't be necessary to have all of this amount of details. So what we'll be doing is simply continue from here, add even more details until it surpasses the quality of the sketch right next to it. And then maybe later I may use again the this one, but as a very subtle texture added, but like I've done previously with let me grab it real quick, just like we did with the Lady of the Autumn Rot. So there is a slight meat texture over it, but it's not as obvious. So my plan is to do something similar. We can already try it right away, but before that, let me just quickly set up the mood for the streams, and then we can begin in just a few moments. Let's start this one. And there we go. Right in the mood. Still have a very stuffed nose, so sorry if I may pause sometimes just to blow it. Okay. So first thing we'll try is I'll do one attempt, which is let me turn this one off temporarily and bring out, if I manage to find the original. No, it wasn't this one. Where is it? This one, okay. So if we do something like we add this one, and this one will be very... Oops. Something very subtle, almost invisible. Maybe even without any blending modes. Just so that it has that little detail. And make it maybe... Yeah. I don't want to overdo it, but maybe let's lower it just a little. Okay, let's try to continue from here and see how it looks. Maybe we can do instead... okay, wait, let me try something. Try to remove some parts of whatever I'm placing on top to make sure that... yeah. So we add just a little bit of texture to the areas that lack texture, and then we'll continue from there. Yeah, I think this one can work. And now we simply continue. At one point we'll need to get rid of the sketch above it, but we'll keep it for now still. Okay, the blending mode is okay. It also helps the fact that the sketch is very thin, I would say, yeah. Although in some areas I think we need to get rid of, for example, this one for the head. I think it's getting a bit in the way over here. Let's clean this up a little bit. Most of this we won't need anyway. So let me see if I can clean it up by using the color to overlay and then remove the parts that we don't need. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, about this part, I want to... Yeah, we need to improve this area a little bit with the different shadows and whatnot. But with enough patience, we can achieve that, no problem. Yeah. A good advantage of doing this is that we have more control for all of the different lights and shadows, and we don't have to wrestle with what we are given by the photos when photo bashing. For here we need to think of a smart way to... I mean, I really already like how it looks over here, but I think we need a bit more depth. So let me see if I can think of something. Okay, let me try. We can make one attempt with this one. I'll try to go very dark here, and then maybe do something like this. This way we'll try to essentially replicate the texture, but in a more painterly way. Maybe increase a little bit the... Okay. I think in this area we can... wait, let me see the before and after. I think we can do better, but in the meantime I think we can get rid of the sketch in this area over here. This area needs to be way darker, I think. Let's see a quick before and after. Yeah, way better. Let's clean up over here as well. Then of course we will fix everything once we have established the different lights and shadows. Let me add something here. I think we can already paint on top of the sketch. Okay, let's try over here. There we go. This one I'll leave it because it gives some texture to it. However, here, let me see if by changing. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We need to take into consideration also this over here, which will be all of the different leaves and stuff sticking out. I need to add more and see how it works well with everything else. Hello. Welcome to the stream. A little bit sick, but that won't stop me from continuing the project. So now we go over here and we'll try to replicate what happens over here. How's everything? Pretty well, I would say. Slowly but surely the project continues. This one is the 5th mask we are doing. There are 2 more, and then there may be one last one for a new person that joined recently, so we will need to make his mask as well once I've finished all of the others that we've made so far. But other than that, we are simply going along. I think I'll manage to finish this mask in particular either tomorrow or Monday. Okay, so we can do something like and yeah, how has your day been? Hope it went pretty well. Same with the holidays, most importantly. My days have been so far pretty okay for the new year, and pretty soon I will be able to take commissions and stuff like that. All good. The temperature went so down so fast. Yeah, like I'm in my room at the moment with a little portable heater turned all of the way up. I must say that I'm lucky that my room gets warm pretty easily, so that's a big plus. Okay, so I have an idea with this section over here. Let me see if I can make it work. Okay. Yeah, maybe something like this. Maybe. Okay. And then here we do something like something along these lines. I'll try to make it as painted as possible. Hey, finally finished. Oh, wait, I think I got 3 messages all at the same time. Hey, finally finished another video and I completely improvised it, and therefore it isn't very good. The visuals are cool and all, but it doesn't have a clear message, so now I know how to make a script. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm working so much these days and I hope to get some free time to draw or maybe to go ski ASAP. Oh yeah, now it's the perfect time for go skiing. Drawing it can be pretty nice too. Lesson learned. Well, I'm curious to see what the video is about then. I still need to start working again on the videos. I just wanted to wait until I'm a little bit better before I start making editing and stuff like that. But yeah, this is quite the cold season. Compared to last year, it became cold much sooner, I think. Okay, let's do a very quick check with the before and after. Before and after. I was living in Abu Dhabi where the winter is it's 20 degrees minimums, and this is a shock for me. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine how you need to get used to the new weather. Okay, let me flip the image for a moment. We had the most snow ever since more than a decade ago, and now all of the snow is melting and then freezing, so the roads are filled with dirty wet snow and ice. I mean, here where I live, last time it snowed, like seriously snowed, I was maybe in middle school. Since then, every time it snows like for one afternoon, and then it rains, so it basically removes all of the snow, and it's as if we didn't have any snow at all. But I remember those big snowy days where the pavement will get frozen and you need to be careful not to slide and fall off. That was a good time, I think. Okay, I think that we are slowly approaching the desired result. It is still very a bit messy in terms of brush strokes, but I think we can find a solution to that eventually. Yeah, that's mostly how it goes here too. Yeah, it can be pretty boring. I really like big snowy days, but I guess here it's not really a thing anymore. I think it's mostly because of the pollution as well. I think that's also what causes the temperatures to remain higher than usual. But I digress. Snowy days are a big opportunity to make pretty pictures, so that's what I've been doing the last week. In my family, I may be the only one who likes snowy days because all of the others are like, it's a pain to go to work, the traffic becomes a nightmare, and I'm like, yeah, but it's only once per year and for a couple of weeks at most. So it's nothing that worrying, I would say. I think this one I may as well just paint it on top. Let me do just that. In Oud-Bergeland, there's a lot of snow. Oh, Netherlands, okay. Yeah, I can imagine there being very snowy. I knew someone that was from the Netherlands, and he told me that it essentially rains almost every day. Is that true? For the most part, yeah, I can get very humid here. Yeah, fair enough. It's not really convincing me, this shape. Let me simply do something like maybe. Yeah, sometimes you need to go in your house with a boat. Oh. Like, like in those places where every year there is a tsunami or hurricane that floods everything. I don't remember the names of the exact countries, but you know what I mean. I have to go, but I'll come back. Yeah, no problem, man. See you later. Now, what I'm doing right now is add all of the different leaves and stuff over here, so I can have a better understanding on how it works composition-wise with all of the other vegetables down here. I don't think I'll have to change much down here, except for maybe some color balance and add just that little bit of texture necessary to give that extra oomph, I would say. Now the secret here is not to make everything uber super duper realistic, but make it painterly enough and at the same time give the amount of details necessary to make the image look good. Same over here. I think we'll need to condense all of these, especially these three, and change them so that their pattern is simpler. Especially think about the different lighting and shadows. Okay. Let me see if I can. Roughen the edges a little bit. So that they don't look as cartoon. Yeah, something like this. I think it can work. Now let me check real quick how it looks like using the black and white. I think it already looks nice, but we need to make the brighter areas much brighter. I think I'll pause this area a little bit and focus on this upper area for now. In particular, the head and the mushrooms. For the mushrooms, I don't think it will need to do much. But for the head, we need to make it look more like a wooden mask. So we'll start by making this one not bold, but let me see if I can find the... Wait, I think I have the reference, yeah, over here. So we'll go here and simply oh yeah, I almost forgot. Let me remove the sketch right here for the head. Maybe something like this. And then oh wait, I think I have the perfect brushes for this. I have a few brushes that have like trees and branches, but I think it's a bit wait, let me do it on oh, this one is more like lightning. Let me see if I no, too weird. No, too blatant. Fuck it, I think I'll just do it not by hand, but I'll show you now how I'll do it. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, I think this one can work pretty well. Let me remove this part over here, and then maybe add something like yeah, maybe something like this, and then from here we can paint it even further. Let's try with this other brush. I'm trying to make some wooden texture. That should give the idea for the type of mask that we are talking about. Let me do a quick before and after. Yeah, before, after, yeah, much better. Now we need to slowly woodify all the rest. I think this brush in particular will get the job done, I think. I think there is still parts of the sketch that are in the way, so let me remove those. Also some parts I need to modify. For example, here I think it needs to be way bigger. Same over here. And then change it right here. I think we are slowly reaching a satisfying result. Now for this one I think I need to be a bit more cautious. Let's make this one bigger. And then change this one. and make it or something more like this. Okay. Let's do a quick before and after. Yeah, definitely a big difference. We need to work on here as well. And maybe... no, I think it's okay by leaving it like this. Then we'll change the mushrooms and make them... now it's a bit obvious that one is the other copied and mirrored. So we'll need to change a little bit the shapes. But most importantly the lighting, because right now here it's too... this area is too bright compared to this one, etc. Also, yeah, this sketch over here, let me try to fix it. Oops. Okay. Yeah, we are getting closer. In this area needs a little more attention. Let me see if I can find another reference. Yeah, maybe something like this. Something to give it like big soft cheeks, those kinds of vibes. Or maybe, yeah, maybe instead of it being like a flat surface like this, make it soft and friendly, I would say. And do the same thing on the other side. And maybe go over it and make it, yeah. Let's try the before and after again. Before and after. Much better, I think. Although now I think we need to improve the lighting over here for the salad area. Wait, let me do something first. No. Okay, yeah, this one. Okay. We also need to change the... do something with the mouth. Right now it's too cartoonish. Okay. Yeah, I think we are about to reach the... like I've said many times, it doesn't look good until it suddenly does. I think we are reaching the point where it's starting to... everything starts to click together in place. Which is pretty satisfying, I would say. Oh, and of course, now we need to add the... Because now it looks kind of weird, but now we'll add the magic of cast shadows. I'll do it in a second. We save. So we go over here. This is the before and after. I think we can simply duplicate and merge. Now on top of here, with a simple multiply layer, we go ahead and course here we'll remove it. We'll do the same over here. Okay, let me do... Okay, this is the group for the thing, so we'll do... Yeah. Okay. Let's fix over here still. And over here. Okay, let me just do a quick check with the other masks and see if... Because this one is pretty simple. It's not that textured compared with the other. Maybe I'll need to try and blend things over here. Although I really like the very textury area. Maybe I'll do it only where necessary. Maybe I can use the smudge tool. Yeah, no, I don't really like how it looks. I'll try to use just normal brushes. Especially like over here. Or I can use a different brush. Let's see how it works with this one. Okay. Now maybe one multiply over here just to highlight even more the area between the beard and the rest. And now I think we can switch to the mushrooms. So for the... Okay, they are all merged together. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, I think I can. I just need to modify some things. So we can do... like this, and then this one will simply warp it and then move it. And then of course, okay, other things we need to think about are the hair over here and the nose. Let me try with the nose first. Yeah, I think that can work. It's not convincing me, this part. Let me remove this one altogether and then maybe do something like this maybe. And now we go with the shadows, so we'll do something maybe yeah, maybe something like this, and then oops. Hey, just woke up, feeling better? Hello. Slightly better, I would say. Oh, by the way, right now the stream on Twitch should be working fine. At least on my end now I can see it without any issues. So we won't have the problem that we had last time. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm still being a bit cautious and I still have a pretty stuffed nose. But I think the progress so far, it's been going pretty nicely. As you can see, what's down here, I really preferred it compared to what we had before, which was... Let me show you how it looked like before, which was really ugly, I think. No, not this one. It was something like this. Way too messy and way too chaotic. This one is much better. You see how the darker areas are not, they are not these pitch black spots. That's good to hear. My Wi-Fi has become unreasonably bad this week, so we need to stay here. I love his hair. I changed it a little bit because in this sketch the idea was to have a mask that was made of either bronze or copper, but now we decided to make it made of wood, so it would make sense that the shape of the mask is not perfectly smooth. At least now I can give the idea of this one is made of wood by adding little branches and things like that. Its hair will be this one, which technically should be moss, but I need to change it a little bit because now it looks more like grass more than anything. But yeah, so before it was really ugly to look at, now it's way more smooth, way more clean, and more in line with the rest of the mask. Speaking of which, let me do a very quick test at the moment. So where is it? So we have the let me find the template. Where is it? I have so much stuff, like so many layers. Okay, this one is the template. Let me do just that. Main body. Perfect. So if we do, yeah, that's a stark difference, yeah. So let's do a really quick test. So we have our template, placed like this, and now we'll see how this one will look like when matching more or less the thing. Okay, I think it looks nice, but of course we'll need to adjust the different light and shadows. Something we'll do in a moment. And then of course all of the different effects and whatnot. So this is more or less how it will look like. I think it looks really nice with this head instead of being simply a bald head. I think this one looks quite nice, and it looks nice from a distance, even with all of the different fruits and vegetables. Maybe I just need to be careful not to go too crazy with the shadows, especially down here. Maybe I need to tone it down a bit, but we are getting there. I like how it's going to look. Yeah, it just has a lot of elements. Oops. And of course I need to make some areas more bright. So, switch back to this. I say we switch back the canvas, and then I think I'll take a small break, small hydration break. It will be just a few minutes anyway, so it will be but a moment. And okay, see you in a few minutes. I have returned. Here I am. Okay, let me just check if everything is recording. It seems like so. Okay. Then we resume the drawing. Now, let me go to this moss part over here. Let me just find one image real quick. Yeah, it is kind of fuzzy, but not this fuzzy. I think it needs more how can I say, more detail. I wanted to also give the same effect over here where it kinda takes over the mask in a way. Let me see if I can find maybe more appropriate a more appropriate brush for this. Especially for this area. Maybe I can try and use one of the... Oh, maybe this one? Eh, nah, not really. Because by watching the image is like... it should look soft and not sharp. Oh, maybe something like this. Let me see here. Yeah. Something a bit delicate. It has to look like some soft heels, let's say. Then maybe now here make sharp edges. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I think something like this can work. Yeah, it's already a big difference, isn't it? One thing we need to keep in mind, though, is the shadow that is cast by these mushrooms. Let me take care of it immediately. Let's do. Copy. Lock it, and then maybe something like this. Okay, we are... Now I think we need to fix this mushroom in particular. I don't think it's doing justice. Okay, something like this, and then something like this as well. Ah. We go back to here. We go back to the mushrooms. Make the edges sharp where needed. Okay. Then maybe change a few things so that not many elements are too similar to each other. Things like something like this, maybe. Okay. Now, let me make some other adjustments to the mask itself. And this part needs to be lowered. Same over here. And then this area needs to be, I believe, even darker over here. Or not. Although I can try. Yeah, let me change over here. First, yeah, this part, let me exit real quick. Let's remove the outline. Perfect. Then here we can do something like some jagged edges, so it looks more like a piece of salad instead of a flat black blob. It also gives like the illusion of the beard in some way. Although I want to give it the illusion of being a piece of salad still. So let's try maybe add some highlights maybe. Now mushrooms over here, I think they need more darkness. Okay. I think I will improve this lower area here. Maybe not make it this pitch black, maybe something like this, like where the darkest areas are only in extreme cases. Let's see how this develops. Yeah, something of this nature, like without showing anything in particular, just enough not to make the entire bottom just a big wall of darkness. As long as the difference is subtle and nothing too crazy, then we can always do maybe something like, yeah, things like change slightly the color of each area so it feels more natural. Okay, and we can make maybe this one, yeah, another color. Over slash orange. Then down here we can go back to very, very dark areas. Yeah, I think this one is much better. Let's do a before and after. Go before and after here. Yeah, the difference isn't that substantial, although I think we can still improve it. Yeah, something like this. As for here, let me add another stem in this direction. Okay, now we add the rough edges. Yeah, maybe something like this. Now I want to start adding the laurel over here. I think we'll do photo bashing over here as well. I think I already have the right image for this. I just need to find it. It's in embody laurel. Okay. Let me find the image. Okay, yeah, something like this. Let's see how big it is. It's not very big. Let me look just for a moment. only need to find one crown of laurel. Maybe something like this. Actually, let me search by image. This one. Oh, this one is high quality. Yes. Let me just move this one over here. Let's remove the areas. We may need to change a little bit because this one is made of metal, and what we need instead is make it needs to be made of just dry leaves. Okay, so let's try with the... Actually, let me first transform it into a smart object, so in case we need to change it back, it won't lose resolution. So it will be something like this, and that's one, and then the second, which will be something like this. 1 and 2. Okay, let's start with this one. Rasterize it. We colorize it. Then we'll try to remove all of those highlights. Maybe I can try something like this. course, we need to add one mask. How can I do this? Let me see. Something along those lines. And here, oops. We established the different sorry. I realize how it's a bit too thick, so let me thin it out. And then I think I can use this one as a base for a more detailed sketch and do something like here. Yeah, the problem is always those highlights. It's the same problem that I had when making the body over here. So let me try to find instead better image. If I find one made from regular leaves, that would be perfect. Or I could try and find some images of random branches. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, maybe that can work. It could lead to some interesting results. Let me check if I can find an entire wreath first. Although the ones I am finding are a bit too complex. Let me see. this one can be something. Let's see how big it is. The image is very small. Let's try this one. Okay, this one can work if we extract this one. Okay, it's not finding it. Yeah, let me do then something like this. And then simply remove it. Still a bit weird. Let me select. Okay, and then there we go. I think this one will be better. So we can grab one part, grab the other, and now we can change them how we want. Okay, so I think maybe something. Actually, you know what? I think it's best if we do it like this instead. It will be a bit more tedious, but I'm confident the result will be much better. Yeah, sorry. So I was thinking maybe to simply do something like this. Although, nah, you know what? I think I will just draw everything myself. I think it's much quicker. So let's move this one to the side. will be something like this one, so it will be done manually. After all, it looked pretty well in this version, in the very first sketch, so I don't see why it shouldn't look good when I do the same thing with the better version as well. Okay, so it will be something like this. And then we do like this, and then the other side. Let's try with the main body how this looks. Okay, perfect. And now we do the other side. Although yeah, this one needs to it needs to be a bit bigger. So this one, for example, will need to be something maybe like this, and then the other. It goes like this. Then the other side. We have number 1 and number 2. Now we only need to fill them up. For that, we simply use the magnetic lasso. Very, very useful. Actually, let me see if I can close the gaps so that if I use the magic wand, it automatically selects everything. So if I do something like this and then why is it doing that? Okay, fuck it, I'll just use the magnetic lasso. Or better yet, I'll just fill it manually. No. Magnetic lasso it is. Is sometimes when I use the magnetic lasso, I get cramps on the hand because you need to be a bit more precise, even if this tool helps you out greatly. It's not as precise as it should be. Let's do the same thing over here. And then voila. We simply need now to change a few things. Some imperfections, but more or less. This one is done. Now we need to do the other. Which is the same thing, essentially. There we go. Now we fill it up, and just like before, add and remove where necessary. Yeah, more or less this is what we have. Now, we need to establish which one is on top and which one is behind. I think we need to swap these. With this one being darker. So this one on top will make it this color, this one on the bottom will make it this color. Now with this one we do something like this. With the other one on the bottom we'll make it even darker with maybe tiny exception. And now I think we can bring this one and use it as a texture. So we do maybe something like this. And then make it, I don't know, maybe a multiply or let's see how it looks with multiply. And then warp it so that more or less it overlaps with the thing. So we go like this, maybe make it so we may colorize it. Oh, something like this. Try multiply, but do it like this, make it black and white. And then change the fill slightly, because over here now we simply establish the shadows now. Then of course we'll make some color balance as well. Will be a bit approximate for now. So then we can do something like this. Yeah, the highlights need to be more on the warm side. The shadows, maybe. Let's try something simple like this. See how it looks like with the texture on top of it. Doesn't look that great. Let me try again. Oh. Oops. Let's say that I do this and then simply stitch the different pieces together. Make them follow the shape, more or less. Kinda. Do something like this, and then let me first okay. So if we make it an overlay, and we slightly make it like this, and then the sketch on top will simply make them follow the gradient. Yeah, I may need to think about it more in depth. I think I will end the stream a little bit earlier for today. Most likely because of my sickness situation. But tomorrow at 3 p.m. we'll continue, and I think we'll be able to finish this mask in particular. There isn't much remaining, to be honest, to be done with this mask. It's mostly do these two floating things, improve the lighting over here, most importantly make some parts some parts brighter than others, and then place it in front of the mask, in front of the main character. But yeah, I think that the progress has been great so far, even in this stream. I like the changes that we've made. Really improved the overall design. So, what can I say? I'd say it's been a pretty simple stream. I apologize for I apologize if we are ending the stream a little bit earlier. But it's so that I can wake up tomorrow with a fresher mind. As I said, there isn't much remaining anyway for the piece. I am confident we'll manage to finish it tomorrow. If not, we'll finish it on Monday. Without any issues, let's say. Then I think the next one we'll be making is the Patriarch of the Sun. I think this one will be pretty straightforward, pretty simple one. I will use some photo bashing over there, but it shouldn't be anything too serious. The design of the face is maybe one of the simplest ones. And then once we'll finish this one, we'll do the Reaper of the Equinox, and then do the 8th mask, which I still need to double check the description and maybe grab some references as well. I will also take the opportunity for the next stream, if there is time left, to clean up the document or the file in Photoshop that we are using at the moment, because it's getting a bit heavy with all of the different layers that I am using, which is leading to slow loading times, slow saving times, and especially whenever I flip the canvas, it takes quite some time to flip it because there's so many layers. But yeah, I think we will see, we will meet each other tomorrow at 3 p.m. Without any issues, without any pressure. And hopefully I will also be better. This has been the Void Executive, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for coming to the stream, guys. Have a good night.